They get on like a house on fire. He knows everything about her and vice versa. People think that there's something going on between them, but they swear blind that they're just friends. Can men really, don't laugh guys, can men and women truly just be friends? That's DKW. Welcome to DKW, and that's right, today we are asking the question, can men and women truly just be friends? And I'm not alone in the studio, not at all. Well, before I introduce you to our fantastic panel who just can't wait to get their opinions out there, there's an article from Marie Claire that says that is absolutely fine. Is it really? But at different stages, it may just change. Well, let's see what our panel has to say, and let's see what the DKW presenters have to say. And we also want to hear from you. 0207 686 6300. Please give us your opinion live and let's see who agrees with you and who doesn't. Now, who have we got in the studio? Please tell us what's your name and where are you from today?
My name is Tony. I'm from Bromers Green, Edmonton.
Ah, welcome, Tony.
Thank you.
My name is Gerald. I'm from Stamford Hill.
Hi,
Welcome.
Gerald.
My name is Daniel. I'm from North London, Stamford Hill as well.
Hi there, Daniel.
Hello.
And there's our DKW presenter, we know this one.
Well, we recognise her. I think it's Gemma.
Yes, it's me. Hi everyone, it's Gemma, as usual.
Hi, my name is Gorchin and I'm from Finsbury Park.
And?
Hi, my name is Bonnie Joy. I'm from North London too, Hornsey.
Joy. Welcome.
Okay, well, as you know, in true DKW style, we always have a red and green card to represent a game. So get yours ready, please. I just want to know from you guys this. The red card says definitely not. Green card says yes. Can men and women truly be friends? Show your cards up, let's see what you're saying. Ooh! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, actually.
Oh, someone's on the fence. Joe has now decided to be on the fence. So what's your name again, sorry?
Daniel.
Daniel says, yes, they can. Joy, you're on the fence. We don't like
You're on
fancy
the
people.
fence,
We don't like
Joy.
fancy people. It's yes or no. Now
Yes
tell us why
or
you're on the
no.
fence. Why are you on the fence, Joy? Why?
Well, no, because it does depend. It does depend in this situation and which stage, whether they're single. You know, there's a number of things really. So you need to ask the question with a bit more detail, I guess.
All right, don't worry, we've got a whole 60 minutes to
Coming
ask
to you
you.
later, Joy.
Who said
Sorry.
absolutely not? No. Oh, go Shin. Tell me why.
From experience, it has never worked.
Really?
I think eventually there'll always someone will like, it doesn't have to be mutual, but someone, either the boy or the girl will like the other
Is
person.
that your experience?
Yes.
Okay. Who reckons? No, they can. They definitely can be friends.
I definitely reckon that men and females can be friends in a platonic way because I believe that from past experiences, I've had girlfriends that are just friends, and it just depends on how you go about that relationship. So for instance, if you have a girlfriend and you don't see her a lot, but you do contact one another and you are there for one another in a friendly way, then it can be. But if you do spend too much time with a person, then obviously you do develop feelings for them and then things.
What I would like to know, has any of you been attracted to any of your close friends?
I have.
You have?
Okay, he reckons they can be friends, but he's been attracted.
Everything you said.
Yeah, so you have. So that's a bit of a twist.
Isn't it?
But then, like I said, it depends on how you react to that, because you may like your friend and you may know that your friend's in a relationship or your friend doesn't like you back in that way, so you have to then respect that, but that's just about the
But
individual.
how did it end?
How did it end?
It didn't start.
Who said it ended?
Wow. Okay.
That's the thing, because before the show, I'm so with Gulchin on this one. I felt that men and women can't be friends. I'm a little bit on the fence just because I think there are different types of relationship, but I definitely feel that there are involved. Like I just think that, you know, someone will always like, I just think, you know, if you've got a guy friend and you share everything with that person, it is risky. I think there's going to be more.
I personally think that depending on the boundaries that you have between you two, then I think that will determine how close you are. But I think, saying to what Daniel said, if you are a bit too close to someone, then I don't think it can work out. And personally, from experience, I don't think it can work.
Right. Joy?
No, I was just going to say, well, I think that it's interesting you asked the question about whether you've been attracted to friends. I think for the most part, most people would admit to that, because you form an emotional attachment if you're telling everyone, if you're telling them, sorry, you know, you're in the most deepest thoughts and all, so you form an attachment to them.
Yeah, because you're opening
yeah, you do. But I had a male, or I do still have him as a really, really close male friend, but he got married a couple of years ago and the dynamic changed, and I had to respect the fact, because I also didn't want, you see, I didn't want the wife to think that there was something else to it. And in fact, if I'm calling the house, I really make it a point to speak to the wife first, because it's you know, it's that respect. It's also, there's a culture element to it, and I think it's very difficult. That's why I said it depends. So whilst you're single, that's why it's a bit tricky, because whilst you know there's an opportunity, possibly you might be attracted, but then once you know the opportunity isn't there, it's kind of it varies, and I think it depends on who you're asking, at what stage they are in their life and in their singledom.
So there's not so much of a big risk.
But then that says to me then that if you're thinking that way, then you do want more than a friendship. Do you know what I mean? Because I think, me personally, I wouldn't date anybody who has a girl as his best friend. I just wouldn't, because I just think I wouldn't feel comfortable about it. I just think, why is she your friend? If you're so close to her, then maybe she should be your girlfriend.
Hold on, so I need to say something here. Hold on. So we've just started off the show, and I'm starting to wonder what friendship really is, because I'm trying to wonder what, because it seems that it's only down to if you're single, but if you're single, you might fall for the person. So therefore, if they're married, if they're married, I can't be too close to them. So where is the real friendship coming in here?
I believe, from experience myself, I've been to that situations. I had a close friend and was a member of the family at the same time. But the trouble is, you can start as a friendship, but sooner or later, that friendship will turn into more than friendship. It becomes a relationship. Why? Because sometimes, as men do, they have problem with their missus, and they go and tell their friends about what goes on in their own home. If that person's a woman, she goes, is that like that? But then they don't know you behind closed door. They only see you for the face value.
Can I ask you a question then? Do you think it's most likely to be the female side that will fall for the friend, or do you think it's more the male side that will fall?
I think it's
no guy says.
Let's hear from Tony. What are you saying,
in my
Tony?
case, it was I.
I know it was you.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you think
Yes.
more men are more?
Yeah, because what is a
fall
man
into
feels like
that?
if a woman pay them attention, and pay them attention, they feel, oh God, I'm attractive, I'm this and that. They forget who they're with. They intend to let themselves their guard down.
Okay.
Yeah, because men are easy. Yeah, men are soft when it comes to love.
But
So let's hear what the girls are saying.
I think there's always exceptions, but I think for the most part, men probably, some males, sorry, so that no one out there gets offended, but they don't look at a girl and think, oh, she would make a very nice friend. I don't think that's how it starts. Whereas for females, we generally talk, we're out there, we talk to male, females, and a lot of the time it will be platonic. Or there might be something to it in terms of we might be attracted to the person, but we don't tend to go after as much, is what I mean. So I think some males may try and be friends first, not with the intent of actually wanting more in the end, if that makes sense, wanting a relationship. So that's what I think. So
I mean,
personally,
usually they say that women are more emotional.
Yeah.
So we're usually, we get all soft if a man starts to say things too sweet to us.
Men always flirt first, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you
guys
think
flirt more than
so?
girls as well. I think us women, we're quite naive in that aspect. So we'll be talking to a guy thinking, because I don't have feelings for him, it's that same way around. But with a guy, like what you're saying, we're more emotional, but they're more like physical in that aspect.
So they tend to attract quicker.
So they, what they see, but whereas we we look at their qualities, their personalities, but they look at, you know, the way you look. And I think that's why guys usually try to make the move. In
I agree with
aspect.
that.
And emotionally, women need a lot more because, like, for example, if I had a guy friend, it's probably just to sort of get into his mind and unlock his mind, and maybe to sort of like test things out on him so that when I do find the one, I can get it right. Do you know what I mean?
It's shocking. You're going to be digging deep there, aren't you, Gemma? Did you hear that, Daniel?
It's true. That's what I would think. If I did have a really if I did have a really good guy friend, I would test things out on him, talk to him, and I would see it as like the guy who I'm talking to as a friend. Do you know what I mean? And if I wasn't interested, I would think, oh, I'm just talking to him, and I'd probably even say to him, but what do guys think? Do you know what I mean? And it would just be normal. And maybe he's thinking, oh, she's talking to me all the time because she's into me. I think guys can overestimate sometimes.
So do we,
you know.
Girls do as well.
They can do.
Both parties will
They can
underestimate
do,
what's going on. But I feel personally as well that it can be done. You can be friends, because I've seen my mother.
Did you say you couldn't be friends at the beginning? I just wanted to double check that, that's all.
Yeah. I mean, I personally don't think you can, but I've seen it being done. But at the end of the day, we're all humans. So I think anything can happen. Like I said, if there's any boundaries, then it could work.
All right, I've got a couple of things. First of all, so are you guys all saying here that none of you have got guy friends or girlfriends for the guys?
No, I've got some guy friends.
I have a girlfriend.
You have girlfriends? A friend who is a girl?
Yes.
Yep. And you? You don't have any?
Sort of.
Do you want to explain that more to us? Elaborate.
I do have female friends, but I don't know what our intentions are. Like, I know my intentions. But you could never know someone else's intentions.
Okay,
so I could say,
they may form up a crush on you.
I could say, she's my friend, but deep down she could say, I like you. So.
Yeah.
No, I cut that straight out. I make it very clear that somebody's a brother to me, a brother, and that, no, because it makes it clear. I mean, sometimes it's difficult to have some of these discussions, you know, no one wants to initiate it. So quite often it helps if you can just say, okay, well, I see you more like a brother, you know, it's great for the brotherly advice.
Maybe talk to them about other guys.
Yeah,
I don't think it will work. I say you can't be a friend. If you're single, it's fine, because you got no string attached. But if you're married, it doesn't work, because it's nothing that a friendship. If you got a friendship with a person, it's your work colleague, but not your. You can't keep it as a friend. You end up in disaster at the end.
Do you know I disagree with that?
Do you know, I do say something about this after.
I feel that if you're single, I think the guys that I'm friends with is the ones that I know they're definitely not interested in me. Or because they're older or whatever, like, you know, or if I feel that they're about to be and I'm not interested, I will, like Joyce said, make it clear. But I think if I was married, and I might change when I get married, but I think if I was married, I could be friends with a guy if I was equally as friends with his wife. Do you know what I mean? I think if the couple are friends, then I think it could work. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, mutual. But I think that you can't be friends. Like, I couldn't be friends with the guy and have absolutely no interest in his wife. Do you know what I mean? Like, not be friends with her. But I think if, like, me and my husband are friends with another couple, I definitely think it could work.
I would
Say what you've got to say. Then I've got to throw something for you guys.
Now back to what Joyce was saying. That the female could always say, there will nothing happen between us, sort of thing. But the guy will always lurk around, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Just hoping. They're always giving a shoulder to lean on a thing. So I think you could always tell people, listen, we're not friends. I mean, we're just friends. But if they do really like you and that option comes, then I think they'll take it.
He may jump in.
I love that point, because I do think that some of the best guys that could be partners could actually be your friends. You know what I mean? Because then people change as well. So maybe, like, you know, if I've got this really good guy friend and I'm not interested today, maybe after time, as I mature, I think actually he's really good. He's got all the qualities I'm looking for.
And that's the romantic side of it. And I think that would be really, really lovely. Imagine having a best friend and actually falling in love with him. And you know each other more than anyone else, so in that sense, that's another.
For me, I have to.
I'm going to throw something at you guys. Well, I've got this statement here from When Harry Met Sally, that lovely film. Probably only I know it here in the studio. No man can be friends with a woman that he finds attractive. So does this mean that men can only be friends with an unattractive woman?
No, a woman that
I
he finds
disagree.
not attractive is not an unattractive thing.
Does it mean? Is that what it means? If if the guy finds a woman attractive, he can't be the friend.
Definitely.
But if he doesn't think you're good looking, doesn't find you attractive, just not up his street, then you guys can be friends.
Definitely.
True or false? Red card or green card? Gemma says yes, Gosha says no, Joyce says yes, Tony says no. Gerard, what do you reckon? Yes?
Yes, that he can't be friends.
Yes, can't be friends.
You can't be friends.
Yeah, what does it
Can you
mean?
repeat
So,
it for them?
if the gentleman thinks the woman is not his cup, is not attractive, then he can be his friend. Only then, yes or no?
No.
No.
So is this true?
True.
So
True
the statement
or
is
false?
true.
The statement is true.
Yeah, I think the statement
Jamie, you're saying the statement is true. Goshen, you're saying it's false, that guys can still fall for women even if they find him unattractive. Okay. And you say yes, Joyce? Is it true? And the rest of the guys say false.
The reason why I
Okay.
say false is because I believe that it definitely depends on the character. Me, myself, if I'm friends with a female and I feel like I'm developing certain feelings for her because we're spending a lot of time together, I'm quite open as a character. So I would then tell her, look, I'm developing certain feelings for you. And if she says, well, I feel the same way for you, then we would pursue in whichever way we would. But if not, then me as a character, I'm strong enough to say, okay, well, I don't find her less attractive because she's still beautiful, but then I can put those feelings away and genuinely be her friend, if you know what I mean. So then that's why I believe that it doesn't.
Maybe you're lurking. Maybe you're going to be lurking.
No, but it's not. It's
hoping for the opportunity.
No, but you can
Exactly. That's the risky part,
You
isn't
can
it?
be friends with someone that's not attractive, but their personality is eventually makes you like them a lot more. For example, like when you're with someone, someone better might come along, but because you have that personality, that bondship, you don't care about someone better looking coming along. So I think, yeah,
It's
initially.
not about looks for you.
No, because
Yeah, I
someone's
think so.
personality can make you like them even more than someone that's quite nice looking.
Yeah, it's true. That
Yeah, no,
I
it's definitely not
agree
about
with.
Personality counts and the character as well. It's not their face value. Beauty is not everything. Because while you go out with somebody and they're bad mouth and you take them to your mouth, they're swearing in front of your brother, it's not nice, is it? So I would have taken someone with personality and character.
Which is really important.
Which is important, yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Let's hear your opinion after the break. If do you agree with this panel? Do you think no, they can definitely be friends? Or you think yeah, I completely agree. They really can't. Give us your opinion. Call us live 0207 686 6300. We'll be back with more. Welcome back to DKW, and that's right, today we're asking the age-old question, can men and women truly just be friends? Sammy, if people like to get in touch, how can they?
Right, you can call us on 0207 686 6300, or you can email us on comments@dkw.me, or even more, you can even post on our social network.
Facebook, yes?
Yep,
Different kind of woman.
that's correct.
All right, before the break, we were asking our wonderful panelists the question, and they were very, very vocal on it, and so have you been. So I've got some comments here I'm going to read out, Sammy and I. Jodie Dime says, I think it's very tricky, especially if there's an attraction already there. Men and women can be friends, though. I have some amazing friends of both sexes.
Ooh,
What have you
and
got,
I've
Sam?
got Benita Diamond. She said it's difficult to say. It depends on what you mean by good friend. If a woman is talking to one specific boy every single day, sharing everything about herself to him, then no, I think that men and women can just be friends.
All right, so that's two on that side. How about Kat Jackin says, why did they become friends in the first place? Was it not attraction? Forgive me, I couldn't read it properly. If there's an attraction, or even better, makes the friendship more spicy. All right then, Kat.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Go on, Sam.
Right, I've got Excel here. She thinks it is possible to remain friends. Men and women do not have to have a romantic attractions to each other. It would certainly be a possibility to have feelings for each member of the opposite sex that they are friends with.
All right, and we've got one last comment here from Sarah Steen. I'm so sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. It says, yes, she says yes, they can. But it's really difficult because at one stage or another, one is going to start having romantic feelings for the other, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. By the way, my best friend is a guy. All right then, guys.
Oh, she's speaking from experience. That's correct.
Now, you've heard these comments, guys. What do you think about them? Do you agree with any of them?
I
Do you
think
disagree?
The possibility one is true, even though there may not be feelings. Just the fact that there is a possibility that there might be something is a bit, you know, risky.
Definitely, I feel that, like, I think one of the comments said you can't be friends. Like, if you've got, say, 10 male friends, you're not going to have an attraction for all of them. I hope not, anyway.
Yeah. That's your flirt.
You never know. Yeah, I don't think you would. So I think it would be quite limited to feel that, you know, if you've got a male friend, but I do feel that if there is an attraction, because before the break you said something like a guy can't have an attraction. True or false?
Someone who's unattractive.
Yeah, something like, and I feel that if a guy is attracted to somebody, he should not try to be her friend.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
What about though, guys? You know, I mean, we all went to primary school. We had boy and girl friends.
So you had crushes on, yeah.
Some of us did, some of us didn't. And you know, they were really good friends that you formed. So what about them? I mean, what about those friends that you have for a lifetime before meeting someone else? You mean they can't be friends?
No, you're friends with them. You're friends with them, but you're not so close. I think where probably the discussion is going is that because we don't know what's defined by like what we mean by friend exactly.
What do you mean by friend?
Well, for me, it's somebody that I might just have a quick catch up with.
So
it
that's
could be
just
once a month.
for you?
It could be like once in 6 months, but it's not like every day. Every day, I feel there's a bit of a bounce because it's just you're developing an emotional attraction, and whether you like it or not, it's going to happen that way. So, you know, it will be difficult because then also, if you're involved with someone, what part are they playing? Like this person as a friend, if you're speaking to if I was speaking to a male friend every day, they're filling a part maybe that if I'm married, that's a part that maybe my husband should be filling. Does that make sense? So a friend would be somebody that you catch up with, like with the girls, every now and again. Do you see what I mean? So, I mean, I think it's very difficult, and I think especially as a female as well, it's difficult. You shouldn't have too many male friends. It can put other guys off if you're single from actually approaching. You know, you need to be very careful because also you don't want to imply.
That's a good point.
You don't want to imply or give guys the
wrong
feeling.
impression.
Yeah, because a guy might think you're taken when actually you're not because you're so close. So you need to be very careful about. It's easier for males maybe, but for females we need to be very, very
And
careful.
also some females have issues with other females,
Yeah.
which they need to sort out because there are some females that will only be friends with males. Like they just, and sometimes it's because of the attention. Like, you know, even if you don't want that guy, I know quite a few girls actually, they don't want the guy, but it's just the thought that he might like them. She kind of strings him along. I know one in particular.
Totally not on.
And some have issues with other females. So then I think you need to sort out those issues first and why you don't have female friends. Because I think you do need friends of like your own sex to do like your own sort of thing. But if you can only have friends with the opposite sex, maybe you should ask yourself why.
I agree there. You know, like what she was saying before, like you said about if you're at school, you have that's a different friendship, because you were young there. You understand, and you see them as friends. You don't see nothing else apart from friends.
Point, yeah.
But you see, too many men have too many girlfriends. Girlfriend, I said, as in friends. But they could get bad name as well. They be named as Casanova. Are you with me? You don't trust this man because he has girl all over the place. But if you find someone that you truly love, that bad streets of girls there could destroy your relationship before you even started. So I'll be very careful. So guys,
how would you feel as a male to know that you're the person that you're in love with and all her friends are male?
yeah, then I'll ask her first.
Uncomfortable.
Can I just say
Yes.
something though? Guys,
You feel less manly, sorry.
don't know, you feel less manly, would you?
You would do.
Is it? Okay, this is my thing, right? Why is it such an issue? Because you said when we're at school, then it's okay, it's just friends. But why can it not continue into adult? I don't understand. Explain to me.
So when you grow up, your hormone change. You don't think, when you look at a girl, you don't see a girl as a girl. You see a woman, something you want to peel off, like a banana. Yeah, so you got to be very careful. So, and yeah, because it is. I don't believe that there could be non-chemistry between a woman and a man, unless that person is like it's to be confused. Okay. Then it's different. But when I was young, I was 16, 17, I was classed as a Casanova because I had loads of female friends.
Wow.
Yeah. Even my own cousin named me as that then one day I look in the mirror and say, this is not me. I just want to take them out and have a,
So
go
did
out.
you keep those female friends because you're married, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm
Tony?
married now.
So did you keep those female friends
But
when
as
you
soon
got
when
married,
I
or-
became engaged to my fiance at the time, now my wife, I had to depart from them.
Okay.
All right, we'll hear Tony's story later.
Because you know there's level of friendship, right? Because you know you keep talking about this primary school friend. That primary school friend, you'll probably see them maybe once every couple of months, maybe go for coffee or something like that, and that's it. But I'm talking about friends as
Deep
in
friendship.
Yeah, like talking to them every day. Yeah, because I had this conversation with this guy the other day, and I said to him, "Oh, what do you think about it?" And he was like, if someone said to me I had to let go of my best friend from childhood, and I was like, well, if you want to start a relationship, you have to think about that. Because if your best friend is a girl, then maybe you should be with that person. And then I said, for example, if I was with somebody and that person was, say, sleeping over at my house, me telling them everything, then that is a really, really close friendship. But if the person is just like someone that you see on occasion and so on, of course that person can be your friend.
But
Do
you
know what
have
I
to,
mean?
you have to
But I feel-
analyse yourself, sorry.
Yeah, and your intentions.
You have to,
as well.
like if your friends come in, you're a guy and he's a guy and you're doing your hair and you're wearing nice clothes.
Yes.
There's something dodgy about
Definitely.
that. Because there are some there's some guy friends that if they come, I'll be in my pajamas, I wouldn't care, my hair wouldn't be done. But
Because
if
you
there's
don't want to
that one-
attract him,
yeah.
so you wouldn't care less.
If there's that one person and you both know you're friends, but you're making the effort when you see them, then you have to analyse your own.
Or when
That's what I was-
when he gets
showing
the
the
girl,
signs,
or when
though,
he
isn't it,
gets
that
the girl
there's
and you
something
start
there.
feeling jealous, then you think, hold on, there's something.
But then that's going back. That's going back to what I was saying originally about you can be friends, but it just depends on how you control that friendship. Because I've heard a lot about if you've had a friend from primary school and then you go forward with that friend, then what type of why would you get disconnected from your friend because you've had her from childhood? But the fact of the matter is, if you are spending intricate time with anybody, I mean male or female, and you are in a relationship, then that is taking time away from your relationship
That's exactly
anyway.
That's a really good point.
And
Do you know what I was
Good
going to
point.
say? I was going to say, to be honest, if I met someone and they had a childhood friend, as you've described, I think that would be fine with me, although I'd probably want to know the history. If they were really close, speaking every day, that one I'd really need to know a bit of the history about. But there's also the element of when you're actually in a relationship with somebody and if they suddenly have a new friend after that, then you're thinking, okay, so how is it you develop a new friend whilst
Yeah.
you see? So there's a number of things that play. No, but do you see my point?
I
So
do.
it's about history.
Okay, you guys, all right, excuse me.
Yeah,
I'm
history
so
of friends.
panelist. I am the main presenter here. And you guys need.
Can you get a word
I'm
in?
telling you guys need to let
more
me
question.
speak. Hold on, Tony. Hold on. You will have your Tony. You will have your chance now. Now, I actually found some research that says that actually there's 5 factors whereby a man and a woman can be friends without it getting physical or into relationship. So let's see if you guys are going to agree with these factors or not. Get your red and green card ready. I can just see where this game is going to go. So, men can be friends with women if, we've said this already, but anyway, just for the sake of it, he has known her from childhood.
True.
Is it true? If you think it's true, then you put up your green card. If you think it's false, then it's a red card. All right, why? Why do you reckon it's
A girl can develop to be prettier, more beautiful. It doesn't make a difference. Like you said, they both might be in a relationship with other people and be friends, but eventually they both break up. Like circumstances change, even though they've been, friends since childhood. It doesn't mean that initial relationship is going to stay the same.
All right then, because we've already discussed this point, I'm going to the next one. All right. Okay, men can be friends with women if he was in a long-term relationship with her at some point, and the romantic feelings have gone away. But they're already putting up their cards in the group. I have not even finished the question. This panel will not take over the show. Let me finish the question. So, men can be friends with women if he was in a long-term relationship with her at some point and the romantic feelings have gone away, but there are still parts of the friendship that remain. No. True. No. Oh my gosh, it's unanimously read. No. All right, who wants to say one at a time, please?
I just think because you've built that connection already, you're always going to have that sort of connection. Even though you might think, you know what, we've gone past that. There's always going to be that little 1% that's always going to attract you two together. So I feel that's why it wouldn't work.
Really? Because when people argue that, no, it definitely didn't work out, because the whole point of the fact that you couldn't be friends was this thing of if it would happen, right? So now the relationship took place and it didn't work out. It didn't meet your expectations, both of you. You've completely broken up. Why then? Because why then couldn't you not be friends? What's the problem with that? Because
I think, all right, if you move on, now you've moved on, and you're trying to get into another relationship, I don't think that would work out, because you would tell your partner, listen, this is my friend, but oh, by the way,
He's my ex.
yeah, he's my ex. You would back off straight away, yeah. You would back off straight away instantly. So,
Maybe.
Question.
And women will get jealous as well, because it's not
It
fair.
could bring jealousy.
It's not
couldn't
fair, because
it?
there'll be jealousy there, because she won't trust you anymore, because especially if you don't tell her the truth, you know, then you did.
How would
Yes.
you feel as males? How
Exactly.
Would you feel? So I'm dating one of you, and I'm like, oh, that guy's my friend, but yeah, he's my ex.
I think, you know, once a handbag is old, she just put it in the bin, it's finished.
Yeah.
Don't keep it.
You could argue it could work, because I guess Bruce Willis does it with Demi Moore. They're really good friends, and they seem to have moved on and so on. But I guess that's because they've got children together, so they've decided to, you know what I mean? They've got something in common forever.
Yes.
But if you haven't got that, you know, I just feel that you can't be, because it'll be a source of insecurity for the partner that you move on to. It could actually be a stumbling block for your future
And the
relationship.
possibility you can always enter into a relationship with that person again.
Precisely. I'd just like to play devil's advocate and say, first things first, we don't know if Bruce Willis and Demi Moore are just good friends. That's first thing.
That's true.
And
We don't know.
and second things is the fact that you spoke about longevity in a relationship, in a long-term relationship.
Yes.
I was in a long-term relationship, and I believe it's been a struggle to be friends with my ex-girlfriend at times, because we always have that sort of connection, or we know certain things about each other that others
talk about
don't.
past
you
So
know
if you're trying to
yeah.
move forward, you have to disconnect completely.
Clean
I
break.
believe.
All right,
Yeah.
okay,
I
all
agree.
right. And they're all agreeing with each other. I just can't stand it. I hope this
Move
one.
on, girl,
I hope
move
this
on.
one, you know, breaks them up a bit. Okay, men can be friends with women if he works with her.
Yes.
Ooh, all right.
Because that's a colleague.
That's a work colleague.
What are we talking? Are we
He
talking
works
just
with her, goes
colleagues,
to work.
as in
well,
we
goes
just
to work with
we
her.
just
He
hit
works-
lunch
Go
together?
to office,
That's
you know,
it.
go to lunch.
Do we connect after work?
You do have lunch. Go to lunch.
Yeah, you do
Go
have
to
lunch.
lunch.
Whatever you do want
Do we
to
connect
you hang
after
out.
work?
Do you go pictures together?
Do you go for your work
I don't know about
colleagues?
that.
All right, one at a time, please, children.
Shows where the minds are.
Who's
Yeah.
first?
Let's
Who's
see.
first?
I think that question is a good question, because if I was talking about that yesterday with my wife. We said that yes, we always say we are friends at work. That's my work colleague. But it's always at December they had that Christmas party. After a few drinks, after a few things, and the hands start hey lolly lolly, you know. Before you know it, you find that empty staircase there, you're there, and before you know it, January become, oh my God, how can I face him or her? I think that even at workplace, that is where it started, because
I think so.
what your partner doesn't know goes on in your workplace. I think that's tragic.
Okay, Jerry, what about you?
I think that I agree, but also most of our days when we're going to work, it's like spent at work. So
19
when
hours.
well, yeah, 19 hours at work.
But you
You should be working, but you're always going to communicate with other people.
Yeah.
So for you to spend that much time at work, you're always going to connect with someone.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I think that's where it all starts off as well. When time.
Can I say
Someone-
something?
did
Just something
you-
really-
did you
I'll
say
say something
green?
really quick. I agree, because I have actually right now I have a really good friend who's a male, and actually so he and I met at the workplace. But actually, I met his wife thereafter and his family, and we spent time together at the weekends, the whole lot of us. So it's very possible. But maybe that's as well because I see him as a mentor, as a brother more than anything else. And he really looks out for me. He gives me great advice about all aspects of my life. So I think it's possible. I think it is possible.
And actually, some friends can actually feel more like family,
Yeah.
become like
Yeah.
family.
Go, Shin.
I think definitely yes, because office hours are office hours. Most of the stuff you talk about is kind of related to work, and the banter is different as well. It's always and lunches. I don't think you get. It's not really intimate when you're going to the cafe for a lunch.
And when you come to work and you're crying.
You don't really go to work crying.
Leave the tears at home.
Crying.
Yeah, that's another
what's the
thing.
matter with you? Why are you so sad? And then he's talking around you and he's talking,
All right. Okay, so let's
It is different. I think it is work.
It could lead to something else.
It could lead to something else.
Moods.
It could lead to something else, definitely. But I think you can, because like Goshen said, the fact is you're in that work mode. Do you know what I mean?
Because
Okay, so
a lot
let's
of
go-
affairs
You
start
know,
at
but
work.
you know when it's going too far.
So you guys, what I need you guys to do here is, excuse me, I just need you guys to listen to me when I need to go to the next point. Okay, that's happening now. So, men can be friends with women if she's insanely unattractive in every single way. Just saying.
According to him. No,
According to him. Yeah.
So,
Beauty's
yeah, I
not
agree.
so
But what
they
if
can
one
be friends.
person's attractive?
What if they both find each other insanely
Okay.
unattractive?
I'm on the fence on this one.
I don't know.
Okay.
But you wouldn't be
But two unattractive
So now you wouldn't be
people
friends
could
with
attract.
unattractive.
Yeah, good looking friends.
Don't be
So
judgmental.
hold
I
on.
think-
So are you saying as a guy you could only be a friend with someone that you're attracted to?
No, I'm just
This is
saying,
shocking.
9 times out of 10,
That is
you
the
would
initial
get that.
attraction.
The whole point of you lot becoming friends out of nowhere is that attraction.
The initial one, yeah.
The initial
No.
attraction.
Guys, no, exactly why I said that it's the guys. Do you remember I
I
said
think
way
so.
back?
I think
it's a
guy
the guys
thing.
that
All right, then
we
we'll
don't
risk the
think
guys.
that way. We don't think that way.
I would like to play devil's advocate one more time.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that it's not always the guys that take us on board, as in the sense of, okay, yes, she's a beautiful girl, so let me be friends with her.
Okay.
Because we've had many situations, me personally in my life, where I've had females who can't get to me at that time, maybe because I'm in a relationship, but they want to be friends with me. And then it's up to me whether I would like to turn
So
that
you
down.
know that they're attracted to you.
100%, because they openly tell me. They'll say, okay, look, I'm attracted to you in a certain way,
Then it's down
and
to
then
you
it's
not
up
to
to
see
me
that
to
friendship.
determine, okay, yeah, she can be my friend, or
But how
I
do
can't
you
handle
do
it.
Can I be completely honest?
Stalk
Can I be
you.
completely honest?
If she starts to stalk me,
I
oh,
would
that's
feel-
another, we need another show for stalking.
I would feel, I'll be honest, I'll be completely honest. I'm on the fence because I would feel a lot better if my guy, I wouldn't want him to have a girlfriend anyway, but if he had a girlfriend which I just thought, you know what, totally out of his league, you know, he's not interested in her, I'm better looking than her, etc. I'm being honest. I would feel less insecure about it, but if she was like an amazing stunner, I would just be like, nah. Do you know what I mean?
I have time for this.
That is the
Yeah.
truth. That is the truth.
Hold on, guys.
move on
Hold
here,
on, guys.
actually.
I can't even give you 0.5. Let's go to a break and calm down, and let's hear your opinion too. 0207 686 6300. We'll be back with more on this topic. Welcome back to DKW, and today we're discussing the topic, can men and women truly be friends? And I've got an anonymous comment. Oh, I love this.
Exciting.
I was going to read one comment here, but then one just came in just now, and I just need to share it with this panel. Hopefully they won't take over the last bit of the show. I want to know, can the men and women of this panel be friends with each other they don't find attractive?
Oh, is that possible?
Is it possible?
I mean, the
You
men,
don't find them
the men
attractive.
are
You think
so
you can be
handsome and the
friends?
women are so beautiful.
I don't
Can they
know.
really? And there was
think I
silence
could.
for once today.
Wow,
Is that a question? I love it. It's a
Let's
question.
let's see your
It's a
vote.
question.
Can it be friends? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they can be friends.
Oh, so you guys can be because you all. That means you don't find each other attractive. That's why you think you can be friends.
No.
That's what I'm learning
No.
from today's show.
No, I think there are attractive people here, but it's just that
Not
there
your
isn't
type.
that kind of, you speak on the
Bond.
phone, you see each
Connection.
other.
You mean
Yeah.
it takes time to
Yeah.
develop?
And also after the show, we'll go our separate ways.
Yeah.
This is it. The fact is, it's about connection, isn't it? You know,
It's
if-
about
if you know
chemistry.
that your partner has got some sort of connection with someone of the opposite sex, that's when it brings insecurity.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean? And the
Yeah.
risk of that happening here today is probably unlikely.
Alright.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm wondering why that question was
Unless-
anonymous.
Unless you
Yeah, I
really...
think they're afraid to call in.
Yeah, tell us who you are. Come on, tell us who you are. You don't
All right,
mind.
speaking of one, can we interview Tony?
Sorry.
Okay, now Tony, I know that you are very experienced in this, and I'd like to hear your story. So can you tell us what happened with you?
My story is like this. Like we said before, that's what we're here for. I don't believe you can be friends with a female partner or versa.
Okay, so
Okay,
you definitely
yeah.
disagree.
I disagree. In my case, it's like this. I started a friendship with a friend of mine for about 18 to 20 years it was.
Is this while you're married?
That's right, yeah. And the lady was part of the family, and my wife knew her. There was trust there. But then things happened between my wife and myself, and we kind of like had a love affair, if you call it that. But I started my one with a friendship, but I didn't see it like adultery. And although there was voices in my head saying, be careful, but, the opposite attraction was too strong. I left my guard down, and I stopped confronting.
So there was a strong sense of betrayal.
Betrayal, yeah. I confronted this lady, and I told her what was going on in my own house. I was backmouth my wife and everything else. And it leads to many roads. And when I took that decision, for 2 years, coming home late, deceiving, lying, why you late, oh, I'm working late, this and that, deleting texts of my phone.
So it was very, very
yeah.
I mean, how close was you with this woman?
Became very, very close. Very, very close.
And how close was your wife with her?
Very, very close.
So you...
Right. It's very close.
Wow. I mean, didn't you feel guilty?
Ooh. Part of me saying guilty, and then I was saying, you know what? There's no regret because this is life. People do that, We cut our cake and they need to. We dance in harmony. Why not? Everybody does it.
I mean, what actually exposed? I mean, how did your wife find out, or how did it all come out?
Members of the family start seeing the closeness, me and this lady. They start saying, hang on, there's more than friendship there. Because every party that I would invite her, every barbecue I have, I would invite her. And
while this affair was actually going on?
Yeah, I was doing it right underneath my wife noses. Yeah, she became suspicious, but she didn't confront me. But it was the family members who addressed what was going on. Then one day, all hell broke loose on Valentine's Day.
Why was that the day that all hell?
Because I said, I decided, enough is enough. I didn't want to, one time, I remember this very clearly. It was only yesterday. My wife tried to reconcile the marriage, but I could not see an open door. I could not see that. All I saw this wide door open. I had to get out.
So did it affect your marriage? Obviously affected
it did, yes.
Marriage.
It wasn't just a marriage that affects. Because I could say this today with confidence. It wasn't just a marriage. It was the children. I have 3 boys.
Wow. So
and we have a special need child, and he's very close to me. By the way, I'm on him. Yeah. And it affects my children.
So you and your wife, did you break up because of that?
Yeah, we separated for a whole year. I left house for a whole year. And I went to live in, this rental place for a year.
So did you continue the relationship with this person, or at that point did it actually break up, or did you continue the relationship after you and your wife broke up?
Yes, I continued the relationship. I had a relationship one-to-one without the wife. This time we became a full-time partner. And then a year on, I decided enough is enough, I've got it. Because they know that there's no saying that the grass is green on the other side. The grass was greener, too much green.
All right, so I want to know, what did you do to change things around?
Well, a friend of mine brought me to some advice center I went to. And there I got the guidance, because I had to change. I had so much hate and grudge on me. And I couldn't be in the same room with my wife, and we argued quite a lot. So this place, they gave me the direction I need to go. And then we went there together. I can't do it on my own. We both together and put our difference, why we became like this. And
so in a result of this, was it restored?
Yeah, it did. It restored, and not only just restore, as a husband, yes, and also as a father. My relationship with my sons are much better than before.
So what did you do? Did you actually? Yeah? What did you actually do to restore that?
Yeah, like I said, we went to some advice center. We went there, and I sat down, and then the guy spoke to me, and I took it home, and we inside there was a mini event we went to that engaged with the process how to reconcile your marriage.
Oh,
and I took there was
interesting.
I went to a place called in Hyde Park. A place called in London, Hyde Park. They had an event there called Love Walk.
Oh, okay. Oh, look, I'm so sorry. I have to stop you guys because, unfortunately, the panel have taken over the show. So, and we're running out of time. So therefore, we're going to have part 2 of this, and we're going to have you all back on again. We're going to hear Tony's story, more about the Love Walk and the Love School. And thank you guys very much for coming. But we're going to be continuing next week with Can Men and Women Truly Be Friends? And the panel will be back to answer and to conclude. Until next time, bye-bye.